Good morning, students. So today we are going to look into the course General Elective for the Corporate Communication. Now, this particular course is a 4 credit paper which is trying to cover the aspects of the corporate communication. We want our students to be equipped with the knowledge and understanding the various aspects of communication to trying to develop an effective executive communication and person branding skills. So when you're going to communicate the one with the corporate world, our students should be very well equipped with the how to communicate and what is the process of communication. After the course has been completed, we would like to see that the students should be able to communicate appropriately in a professional environment, equipped with the basic soft skills required for an employment. So I will take you through the introduction of the syllabus for this particular course. We have 5 modules where the syllabus has been divided into. The first module talks about the introduction to the communication, where we'll try to learn what is the communication all about, what is its definition, what are its objective, what is principles of communication. We try to understand 7 C's of communication that one should be acquainted about. We'll try to learn the entire process of communication that is trying to cover with the 7 steps. Then we'll also try to understand what is verbal and non-verbal communication, trying to know the functions and types of communication involved with. There are also barriers of communication that one should be aware about, and how to overcome these barriers is also crucial. Then the second part of the same module try to explain us with the listening, where we also understand that it is not only important to communicate, but it is also important to be a efficient listener. So here we'll try to learn what is listening all about, what is the value of listening, the task of listening, and what are the principles of effective listening that one should be familiar with. So this is for the unit 1. Unit 2 talks about the meetings and interview, which is required for your students if tomorrow or in future when you are going to when you're going to apply yourself for any kind of career employability or any kind of higher studies or any other certain platform where it is mandatory for you to communicate. So this particular module talks about how one should be aware about the procedure that is being required into. We also try to learn what is agenda, what are minutes and resolutions to the same, how seminars should be conducted, what is the procedure of conducting the seminar, what is a group discussion, which are these days very crucial, or a part of any other interview that you're going to attend. Also, we'll try to learn what are conferences and also the procedure that one should try to adopt in terms of regulating a speech. Also, we'll also try to learn how to draft a speech and then focus on the oral presentation. What are the do's that one should try to follow in terms of the oral presentation? And then second part talks about the interview. We try to understand what is an interview, what is a preparation that is being required for an interview from the both perspective, that is the interviewer and the interviewee. And you also try to learn different types of the interviews. Third one is something unique or something interesting in this particular course is the personal branding. We at times tend to forget what exactly is required uh, to focus on us or to look upon us. So this particular model tries to explain what is a need of a personal branding, what is a process that is involved into when you're going to build a personal brand, what is the level of the brand status that one should be aware about, what are your personal etiquettes, what are networking using social media, that is how are you going to present yourself on a social media platform, how are you going to create a one visual identity one for yourself, and then also try to increase your brand visibility on the same. Unit 4 try to understand or helps us to write an efficient business letters in this corporate world. When you have been asked to write a letter to your manager, what are the do's and don'ts that one should try to follow? This would be covered in this particular module, where we try to learn different forms of layouts for letters and different parts of the letters that we try to cover. What are the basic styles that one should try to adopt in terms of letter? What is your tone that one should try to follow whenever you're trying to write a letter? And then we'll try to look up into different types of the letter writing, like one that you are calling for an interview, or one or receiving an appointment order or termination letter, business inquiries, where you're going to learn about orders, regret, cancellation, complaints, adjustments, any kind of inquiry, any kind of circulars that you're going to send across in an organization. How is that one should try to follow? That procedure would be learned in this module. The last module talks about the presentation and the report writing, where we'll try to learn different tools that have been available in terms of the presentation. Not only a one presentation to a platform of your PowerPoint presentation, but there are various other tools available. And what are the boredom factors that one tries to experience in a presentation, and what are the strategies that one should adopt in terms of overcoming those boredom factors. Then again over here, we'll also try to look into what is an art of effective listening, how listening is required in a presentation to make it a more interactive presentation. Then we'll try to look into the second part of this module, that is a report writing, where we try to understand what is a report writing, how to write an effective report writing, what are the basic principles that one should follow in terms of writing a report, what are different types of report, and essentials of report writing. So these are the 5 modules that we are going to cover up into this particular module. Thank you, students.